Welcome to the Internet Archive's new building. Isn't it great? This is our big yearly due, and we're really glad that you're here. And this year, it's all about getting books up on the internet and to everybody in such a way that we can read and enjoy books like we did when we were young, but for the next generation and in new and different ways that we haven't even dreamed of. So thank you very much for coming tonight. What I'm going to say is a little bit about the Internet Archive and then go into our cool talks. Would like to say thank you to the sponsors of this event, O'Reilly, and it's also, who is also live streaming, Safari Ingram, Vital Source, Ibis Reader, and Green Apple Books has been giving us discounts for all the people. Well, thank you very much. So, okay, the Internet Archive. Got to get before we get completely into books, sort of what are we? So we're a nonprofit library, not associated with a government or a university, and doing quite well. We're over 15 years old now. We've now got a building with pillars, gotta last forever. And we're a registered library according to the California, which helps when some particular types of people not come knocking at the door, where you can basically go and say, go away, we're a library, and that's actually been helpful. There are some things that, we think of ourselves in terms of kinds of numbers of just how much stuff do we have and how much do we are we able to do with it. And I'd like to go over a couple of these. One of them is a new one for us. We're starting to collect physical books. A lot of them. So we have about 350,000 physical books that we've cataloged and put away in modified shipping containers that are temperature and humidity controlled to try to last for centuries. It's sort of a new and different way to store books. We're looking for more books, so if you have donations, we were very happy to receive a donation from the Friends of the San Francisco Public Library of 130,000 books about a month ago, which were basically the leftovers from the book sale. And as best we can tell, about half of those were ones that we didn't have already. So those are the ones that we want to keep. And the ones that we already have, then we pass on to other nonprofits that put them to good use. So we're starting to get better at this idea of making it so you don't have to throw out your books. And more libraries are starting to deaccession to basically make room for computers and meeting rooms. But let's not lose track that we should actually keep some of these books. Other collections that are moving along very well, we have over 500,000 moving images. These are movies that have been digitized, that are from the 20th century, also new generation of movies that have been uploaded. And this collection is phenomenally popular. It's kind of a more scholarly YouTube, if you will. We've got over 1 million audio recordings. And we've just hit a milestone of having over 100,000 live music concerts that have been uploaded to the Internet Archive for free distribution. So yay, over 100,000. So that's pretty exciting to us. We have about 2 million hours of television. We've been recording television. We get to pick which slide we, make sure you're friends with archivists, because they get to pick how you're portrayed. So 2 million hours of television, or 20 channels of television, 24 hours a day. Iraqi, Al Jazeera, BBC, CNN, ABC, Fox, Chinese, Japanese, Iraqi, Russian television over the last 10 years, and we're starting to expand beyond just that core set of 20 channels. And we've been making small bits of it available, say around September 11th collection, and we're trying to figure out, now that we're starting to be able to afford to put them on hard drives, how can we make these more available to people in such a way that, well, it works for everybody, in such a way that it doesn't get people to be mad at us. But the idea of television is being worth it and being a medium of record, we think is important. And we heard about a month ago a major milestone of hitting 3 million electronic texts that are permanently available for free to anybody. So These are coming from libraries from around the world that are digitized and made freely available, and you'll be hearing more about that. We have now over 150 billion web pages that are made available as well, and that's pretty phenomenal. And the other sort of side of this that we're really interested in is the patrons that are getting access to these materials. We're getting over 45 million people a month that are going and tapping into this. So not only is it a huge collection, it's getting a lot of use. We're in the top 250 websites, according to Alexa Internet, in use out there. And so old stuff has a new life, and it's out there on the Internet. If you look backwards to the machines back, though, those are actually the machines of the Internet Archive, and that's about 2.5 petabytes. It goes mega, giga, tera. The next one is petabytes. That's the newest set of materials that have been uploaded to the Internet Archive. Every blink there is either somebody uploading something or downloading something. So it's kind of fun to sort of see stacks come alive, and that's what that is. Also, it seconds as heating our building. So we're so not only do we not have air conditioning, we actually use the heat because usually it's freezing here. So tonight, what we're going to see is a set of Ignite talks that are very exciting, and I get to go first. Open library. The idea is to build an open library system that has a full business model for both people publishing and also for libraries. How do we have a system that has lots of people winning? We don't want a system that just has 1 or 2 winners in the world. We want to have a full fleshed out ecology. We want every reader to be able to get to materials from lots of publishers, lots of libraries, and be able to use search engines to not only be able to see things for free, but to be able to pay for these materials going forward. It's leveraging, kind of might sound a little bit old, but publishers sell books and libraries buy and lend books. Are we able to take this model and move it forward into the digital age to be able to get a business model all the way around? The key for us is to avoid having a central point of concentration or control. Can we go and avoid a monopoly that has plagued so many things that as things have gone online? And we think so. Our approach is to buy and lend new ebooks. We're contacting or buying hundreds of books now from many publishers. We want it to be millions of books from thousands of publishers, but we're really starting to get the whole model of buying and lending of books down pat. For ones that we can't buy, we're digitizing and then lending them. We're digitizing over 1,000 books a day in 27 locations in 6 countries. So yay! And I'm going to say a little bit about how lending kind of looks if you were to actually go to the Open Library site and go to the I Want to Borrow ebooks. You can go and browse the ebooks that are available for lending. And if you were to pick one, say Stuart Brand's Media Lab book, which we digitized, and then you say, okay, I want to borrow this book. Or you can go and buy this book and have it sent to you physically in the mail. And if you click on the I want to borrow this book, then you have a choice of a few different formats, either a downloadable PDF, but one of those special ones that melts in your hands, or you can do a read in the browser approach. So if I click the read in the browser, then it goes and pulls up the book, and I can then read this book right there and then on my whatever device that runs a browser. You can search it, you can bookmark it, you can refer to it, you can do all sorts of things except for go and have it. You're really borrowing this book. And borrowing in the same sense that it used to be when we borrowed books as kids from the library, in the sense that you have to give it back after 2 weeks. The good thing is you don't get dinged a nickel if you forget. It just automatically basically disappears. We're also buying books, and some of these things are already checked out. So the little ebook says it's already checked out because a person already has the last copy that we have in our stack. So if we bought 10 copies, all 10 are checked out. If we go back out and find a little more obscure book, this one is from the Boston Public Library. So Boston Public Library scanned this book from the year 1980 and is making this available free to lend over the internet. So these are modern books that are in our collections physically, and we're reformatting them and putting them out. People are discovering them either through the Open Library site, or they're going to their own library catalogs, and some of them are having these little badges. So how is it doing? Well, we've gotten 1,000 libraries to sign up to contribute books to this, such that they're digitized and lent out to all of these libraries. And we really thank all of those libraries for participating. So that's great. But it's gotten better. We now have 3 states that have signed up all of the public libraries inside of their states. So soon, every public library will have these 100,000 books available. And we're trying to get to 1 million. And tonight I'd like to announce that yesterday there was a unanimous vote of the state librarians to support this in-library lending for all of the states of the United States. So what's the message? Publishers, please sell your ebooks to libraries directly. While we're good with copyrighted materials, let's go in and have them and lend them out. Libraries, let's buy those ebooks, keep those publishers and authors creating great books, and let's digitize and lend our own collections. In this way, we can have a complete collection of libraries with no centralized control. Together, we're building an open library system and opening up the book publishing infrastructure to allow books for everybody forever for free. Thank you very much.